Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on, everybody? Man, I'm
We
Naj,
out
one of the
here.
co-hosts here with Jerome of Inside the Hashes. You can see where he's at. He's at the Senior Bowl in Mobile, Alabama. We're all over,
What's
guys.
going on,
And
boys?
of course, Arvon Bacon of Bacon Network, man. I'm gonna start
Great.
with you, Jerome. You look like you the most upbeat and excited, man. So, how are you feeling today, brother?
I'm feeling great, man. Down here in Mobile, Alabama. As you probably tell, I'm in the convention hall right now. It's it's a huge room. You might hear some echo from me, so I apologize for that. But I'm at the podium. We got the little podium mic right here where all the players talking, stuff like that. Got the little background in the background. So I was like, yeah, this is a good spot to do our podcast. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited to get some of these interviews and talk to some of these players. This is my favorite time of the year. So I'll tell you guys about this before. I love this. So I'm ready to. I'm excited about this podcast as well because we got some guests.
No doubt we do, and we got some big time guests. We're gonna have recruit Annie_GA Coach Daniels on. They also have a big time camp that we're gonna get a lot of details on. That we're gonna be at. Me and Bacon. I don't know if Jerome will be able to attend because he's at the Senior Bowl, but U.S. Army Bowl at Gainesville High School this Saturday. Me and Bacon will be in attendance. So talk to him about that. And then obviously we're going to get a little bit into what I was at IT or LTG TV, very popular brand and well respected in the industry. He's covered the Boozer Twins. He's doing this thing. He really gave us some good insight on different things, man, and how to get more into the basketball. Basically the basketball plug, man. So we're gonna talk to him too on the second half of our segment, man. But I'm excited, man. I say without further ado, man, let's talk to Coach Daniels.
Yes, sir.
Hold on. Did Bacon get his intro? Hold on. We just skip over Bacon?
We did first and foremost. I thought we just.
We didn't do my man's rushing.
Hey man, he trying to get to just sizzling news, man. It's all right, brother.
Trying to get to
it.
Hey, listen. Love Coach Daniels, man. We're gonna get him on.
Coach Bacon.
Okay. Coach Bacon. I got to look up for my boy Bacon though. What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Living well, man. I'm just ready. I'm just as eager to get to Coach Daniels as y'all, so I'm ready to go, man. No harm, no
100%, 100%. But let's get to it, man. We're gonna do that first and foremost, or no? We're gonna skip that today.
Nah, we gotta hit it first and foremost, man. First and foremost, man, it has to be LSU, man. I mean, excuse me, not LSU, South Carolina's win over LSU, and get this, man, head to head going against Miami Heat versus the Boston Celtics. They came on 30 minutes later and still had a higher rating than the NBA game. So shout out to just women's basketball, period, man. Come a long way. And you know what I'm saying, 2 historic programs going next to next. So that's my first and foremost, man.
Yeah, my first and foremost is, I'm glad to be down here in Mobile, Alabama right now. But, there's a lot of draft news and, there's a lot of draft buzz that's going on down here. So I'm super excited about, coming back to you guys with some of the tidbits I'm hearing. I'm starting to hear stuff already. It's our first day down. Well, it's my second day down here, but our first day with, practices and stuff like that. So I'm super excited to be able to break some news and some little snippets that I'm hearing from the draft. So we'll definitely be breaking that down in a little bit. That's pretty much my first and foremost. You got something, Naj?
Yeah, right now, if you keep seeing me look down, I'm checking my phone. I'm on some breaking news right now that I'm trying to hold out on. Someone told me to break some news for him. I'm just going to say the name. I'm not going to say what it's about, but Jordan Van Bride. So keep it locked to your socials. You can go on my Twitter right now and check that. But he told me to post something today. He's set to commit, and he is has a home visit right now. I'm not sure where. I was trying to get a little bit of info out of him, but that is set to happen tonight. So that's what I'm sitting on. That's my first and foremost right now. So we'll see that happens. Hopefully I don't get stood up, but he hit my DM. I didn't even realize, bro, because I've had such a busy day. I'm probably a little bit off. Like I had a show at 12. Yeah, bro. I had a show at 12 to 1 with Craig. And then I had my own show, girl show from 4 to 5. Then just got off, got here with you guys and doing another show. Not complaining. I love the grind, but I did see the little hog.
Yes,
That's why
sir.
Hannah got the breaking news bit too. So we go see, man. Hopefully we get to see it tonight.
Definitely. I agree with that.
Coach Daniels.
Let's do it. So go ahead, introduce him again, man.
Yeah, man. So this is Coach Daniels, man. Recruits, like if y'all follow me on Twitter, I did a post on it. Y'all go check the live show if you're not on YouTube right now. This is where I stream mine and on Twitch. But man, he's one of the best ones in the industry right now, in my opinion. He just gives real good sound advice, man. He got a show that does every Tuesday, a recruiting space, I believe, or Wednesday. I mean, guys, you talk about real good, insightful advice for kids, real good, insightful advice, man. Like he talks about the recruiting industry, like knowing is this really a committable offer? Like all this stuff is important. Like now I'm still kind of fairly new in the game. I'm only about a year, maybe 2 years in. But this is insight you want to know. It's one of the hot names. He grew his channel, his Twitter following from, I think it was like 1,000 over 26,000 very, very quickly. So this is a guy you want to know, well-respected dude. And man, supports everybody, man. Gives attention, exposure to everybody. So yeah, that's my intro for him.
Here you go, Coach Daniels, y'all.
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
What's going on, man? What you thought about the intro, man?
Oh man, I love it, man. I appreciate it, man. Shoot, it made me feel good that y'all feel that way about me, man. I'm just out here trying to make something happen. You know what I'm saying? Get these kids some exposure, put them in a situation to better themselves.
No doubt, Coach. No doubt. Well, I'll start with the first question, man. I really like I obviously I started with your recruiting spaces, man, but just talk a little bit about that. I've listened to a couple of them so far, and I really just like the insight and advice it gives for kids and different elements dealing with grades, test scores, if you have a committable offer or not, the relationship you're building with the college. Just talk a little bit about that and why you enjoy kind of having those spaces for the kids.
Man, the spaces, man, it started out, I seen the spaces little app on Twitter, and I just decided one night I would go jump on. And how it started was just a couple coaches, a high school coach and a JUCO coach. They joined me that night, you know what I mean? And me, like you said, you fairly new. I'm fairly new too. I just been doing this maybe 3 years, you know what I'm saying? I started doing it, started out helping my son, trying to get him some exposure. And so with those spaces, man, I created them to inform, because I'm a parent myself, you know what I'm saying? So I created that space, to push out information to parents and prospects about the process, and it blew up. I mean, I had all kind of guests on there. I think my very first guest speaker was Ron Haynes. He's my first guest speaker, and I had the running back coach at Tennessee, Coach Mack. He's been a guest speaker on the space, shoot, who else? Man, there's so many I done forgot. But man, it's been very informative. Last week we had Brad Odom. He was the director of player development out at UNLV. So it's guys like that that's been in the industry 20, 30 years, that's giving out insight, And so that's just what we do with the spaces.
No doubt, Coach, and I really like the info. And for the audience that doesn't know you, Coach, obviously we know you very well, but just tell them a little bit about what you do. You talked about giving the kids exposure, but just talk a little about your background. High school. Where you went to. If you went to college and graduated. Just talk a little bit about just you and your career and how everything has progressed to get you where you are right now.
Okay, so man, I'll just take it back. It started. I was a 3-year starter at Commerce High School. As a junior, state champion, played with probably the greatest running back to ever touch the grass in the state of Georgia, Monte Williams. I played behind him as running back, so I didn't touch the ball till I was a senior. So I had to make up for that. And, me being 5'6" and a half, I ended up getting stuck on defense, played a little cornerback, and, I made it happen.
Yes, sir.
And
BB.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But, I was a real physical guy. I would come up and make a tackle. So, it started there, playing ball at Commerce, very rich tradition. A lot of phenomenal athletes come through. But the thing about Commerce, a lot of us hadn't had opportunity to get out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, like I said, greats like Monte, you have, Rutt Moon, Delano, White, man, names y'all probably don't know about. You don't know about them because they didn't get out. And I started this because I wanted to give kids that look like me, for one, and from my neighborhood, an opportunity to be seen. And mainly it was because of my son. You know what I'm saying? And I felt that he needed the exposure. And going back to me playing high school, we didn't get opportunities. Our coach didn't put us out there like that. So I felt that it was a need for somebody to get these kids exposure. And so that's just where I'm at with it right now.
Question, Coach: why do you feel like high school coaches don't put their kids out as much? You think because they're so busy doing things and splitting home life and work life, or what's your thoughts?
Oh man, my thoughts on that. I got to look at it from two sides. I got to look at it from the parents' point of view. A lot of us parents feel like it's the coach's job to get our kids seen, to put them in position. And to an extent, yes, it is, because them guys going out there on Friday night, they putting their all on the line for you, for the coach. So I feel that as a parent, give it back to them by give them exposure and stuff like that. But some coaches, they can care less about that. They want to just win. And my high school coach, he was one of those guys. That's all he cared about was winning. You know what I'm saying? And it's important to get those guys exposure, but some coaches, they don't feel like it's their job.
Right. That's tough. That's a great point, man.
I guess as a follow-up to Bacon question, what would you tell parents? Because like you said, you do see that. And I see sometimes coaches that they have favoritism. You know what I'm saying? And some guys, they get the exposure to, some guys they don't. So what would you tell parents? The coach is not really giving them exposure, or the coach is not going out their way, as you said, Coach. What should they do in order to help their kids?
As a parent, you know what I'm saying? That's what I done. As a parent, I feel like I went to the extreme. That's why is recruiting EGA. I felt I need to do anything possible for my son to be seen. You know what I'm saying? So as a parent, you gotta take it upon yourself to an extent. The other coach, he gonna do his part, but as a parent, you gotta go that extra mile. You the one that's footing the bill when you're taking these kids. You gotta take them to the right campus. If you don't know, find somebody that knows. I'm not saying I know everything, but I might can point you in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? So as a parent, you just got to go the extra mile training. You got to make sure your kid is bought in, because your kid ain't buying in, you're going to be spending a lot of money going to camps with training and things like that. That's not going to go nowhere if the kid ain't really bought into it. So as a parent, you got to go that extra mile, put them in the right situation, and find you somebody that know. There's a lot of guys out here that's on the tape. They might lead you down a rabbit hole. But find somebody that know you, that has a little knowledge of the process, because it's dangerous out here.
Man,
it's crazy.
Yeah. Hey, Coach, I want to ask. Now, obviously, NIL deal's been, came a little early for college football. We was talking about it down here at them Senior Bowl, that NIL deals are affecting how the draft is. The juniors not coming early like they used to, so they staying behind. Now that the NIL deals are, affecting high school, how do you see that going? And what's your biggest advice for parents going into it, especially now that Georgia just passed their law?
That NIL stuff is tricky. You know what I'm saying? I think the way that it's designed right here at the high school level in Georgia, I don't think kids are going to be able to make a big profit. You know what I'm saying? So to a parent, do your research, because there's a lot of legalities in there that you need to know about before you go out, putting your kid in a situation where he's trying to make some money, because that's basically what it's going to be about.
Right. Mm-hmm. What's some of those platforms that they can kind of go look and catch themselves up to speed?
Man, it's really, honestly, I don't know. It is a couple out there, but man, I would say go to the GSHA's website, you know what I'm saying, and see what they have to say about it, and just try to go by the rule book on it.
Gotcha.
Definitely. Hey, you guys got another question? I got a question in the chat room if y'all don't mind.
Nah, go ahead.
All right. My guy Ray Roberts, he's actually from my RPO college football podcast on Wednesday. So what's up, Ray? Appreciate you. Wish you could be down here. He says, how hard is it to coach with how involved players, parents want to be now?
Man, I'm a parent, and I kind of got caught up at one point into, I wasn't trying to say tell the coach what to do, but like as a parent, you know what's going on with your kid. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if the coach not doing it, you try to tell them, hey, you need to do this or do that. But if you trust your that coach enough that your son is playing for him, trust him. Allow him to coach, allow him to be the coach.
True.
You get what you get. You know what I'm saying? He the leader. If you don't like it, find a way to go somewhere else. Let's let him coach him.
Yeah, definitely. Appreciate that, Ray, for putting out that question. Anybody else have questions that's watching right now? You could definitely put questions in for Coach Daniels. I'm pretty sure he'll love to answer those questions. All right, cool, man. So tell us a little bit about your experiences and, from when you first started to now, like what's the biggest difference, do you think?
Well, and with recruiting?
Yeah.
Man, just in the last 3 years, that the transfer portal, man, it's killing high school football. But that's why guys like myself and you guys, that's where we come into play. You know what I'm saying? With getting these kids exposure and trying to put them out there, because that transfer portal, man, what they got might have 85 scholarships. And I was talking to a coach the other day. He in the transfer portal looking for running backs. He's only taking one high school running back, and he had the other three that was on the board. They D2 guys, D3 guys.
Yeah.
The transfer portal really is hurting high school football. But I still feel it's a place for everybody. You just got to know your place.
Yeah,
100%.
Do
you feel like the? Go ahead.
I think a lot of kids get caught up in that D1 or bus mentality, and they lose sight of what the real goal is, and that's getting a degree. Because football gonna stop. I don't care if you go to the pros. At some time you go Tom Brady retired. What you gonna do after that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and the lifespan, and I believe I heard the statistic. The lifespan in NFL is only 3 years or 4 years, something like that. Anyway, the average lifespan. So.
For the average, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, definitely.
Not for long.
Right, the main goal is to get a degree, and so whatever level you can find an opportunity that they're gonna allow you to play football and give you a free education, man, make it happen.
Right,
100%. Now I had one more question. I'll let the other guys ask more questions. Now we talked about the transfer portal, and that's more the transfer portal in college, because it's hard for the high school kids to get recruited because of that. But there's also a transfer portal in high school. Do you think that is affecting high school football as well? Because now these kids are kind of like, getting on the same teams and stuff like that. And especially here in Georgia, we're starting to see like these players are trying to make like these super teams. So you think that's going to affecting it as well?
Hey, honestly, I like it. If they like it, I love it. I think that, the kids should be allowed one transfer per, their high school career that don't affect them. If they can provide transportation to that school, if a kid lives in Commerce and he want to go play in Buford, he can drive there, let him go there. You know what I'm saying? That's between them and their parents. It should be. I mean, give them one transfer.
Okay.
Go and play and win. Everybody want to win.
Right.
Now we do got a comment. I'm sure that Jerome's going to bring up in a second that we're going to address and have you comment on Coach Daniels. But you know what? You brought up a good point, Coach Daniels, and I think that's what NCAA needs to do, right? We're seeing kids like Casey McCormick, 9 years already in college, being able to play again. Like, I agree with you. If it's going to be like, we'll give you the one, I think with that transfer portal in college, it needs to be 2. You can maximum transfer 2 times. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And I think, too, they need to implement, obviously, offering a little bit more scholarships for, the high school players, or or cutting off how many guys you could take in the transfer portal. I understand at the end of the day, like, you're trying to strengthen, you're trying to go where you're going to go play. I know it's like a free agency almost for the college coaches, and you're trying to do your best to get the best players in your program. But as you mentioned, Coach Daniels, to the same degree, you hurting these high school kids with, 1, they get lack of exposure, and 2, they're not getting as many opportunities. If they're not a 5-star, 4-star, 3-star player, I think the NCAA does need to step in and at least kind of, call it down a little bit, especially with all these guys transferring like DJ Ugule. No disrespect, he's transferred 3 times. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
At some point, it's a little too much. You feel me?
Yeah, I agree. Brian Roberts said, I really love that he brought up the portal. That does, how does he feel about how it influenced players maybe not want to compete?
Like what the college players?
I think what Ray's saying, because we talk about it a lot, especially with college players, and maybe just in general, is that a lot of these kids, they transfer because they see that they're not going to get opportunity at that school, and they don't want to compete for that spot.
Right.
So I know how Ray is. So he wants to know what's your thoughts on that, basically.
Man, if a kid is transferring because he can't play at one school, he probably ain't gonna go to the next school and play either. If he ain't competing there, what makes you think he gonna go to the next school and compete?
It's true.
It's a good point.
Very good point.
He running from the smoke. A real dog, a real dog gonna stick his nose in there and fight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So if he run from the smoke once, he gonna keep running from it.
I like it.
So, Coach, from your perspective, when is it, for the parents that's watching this or may see this, when is it a good chance, a good opportunity for a kid to transfer other than just wanting to win? Fitting scheme.
Sometimes it's the fit. You know what I'm saying? Different athletes, if it's not a fit, you might need to go somewhere else. Just say if it's the kid he a running back and he in the offense where he running the ball 85% of the time and you never see him catching it. You might, some at the next level of these guys, they want to see a running back catching the ball out of the backfield and so on and so forth. Your kid in a situation like that, you might want to explore your options so he can get film of him catching the ball and things like that.
That's real, man. Like you said, let's see what Raymond said.
He just said he likes the one who transfer idea. Yeah,
for sure. Like what you said earlier, Coach, about like talking to the coaches. And my kid getting the ball 40 times a game, he ain't getting no receptions at the backfield. And I bring it up, it should be easy transition. But to my next question, obviously you watch a lot of film. First, how many hours of film do you watch a week? How do you balance work that and home life? And upon watching that film, what's your evaluation process like that? And then after that, what do you do to kind of get these kids exposure just outside of what people see on the day-to-day? You retweeting, talking to coaches on social. What's your process like?
Man, I watch so much film. Sometimes my eyeball be ready to fall out. It kind of consumes me. You know what I'm saying? I own a detailing business too, so I have the time to to make my own schedule. And so, man, I be out there on the job, and if I see something like, I'm gonna check it out right then. If somebody send me something, I'm gonna check it out. And my evaluation process, man. When I'm looking at that film, I'm looking at so much film. Like I promise you, I probably could go in my DMs. It probably take me a week, 7 hours a day to go through the DMs of who are kids and send me film. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Yeah.
And if you don't catch my eye in them first 3 plays, man, I'm going to the next one. I'm talking about it's got to be something like let's say a DN. I want to see him pressing that tackle and going, you know what I'm saying? Get to the quarterback, the running back, and making tackles in the backfield, explosive. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want the big long DNs. That's what I want to see from a defensive end. At the wide receiver, if I'm evaluating a wide receiver, I want to see him high point the ball. You know what I'm saying? I want to see him the whole route tree. I don't want to see you just running go routes.
Right.
Running go route. Everybody can run a go. You know what I'm saying? I want to see the route tree. Running backs is kind of it's different because it's different style. You know, you got the bowling ball backs. I call it, that's them downhill runners. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna run through everybody, but that type of back, I want to see him run through everybody, and then after you do that, I want to see him hit that second gear and stretch it out. You know, and go to the house.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got the scat backs. You know, the one they real flashy. You know, those are the backs that I like. You know, Jamar Gibbs type guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So then when you get players that's kind of bug you in the DMs, I don't want to say bugging. They put themselves out there, man. They don't have, right, I guess, what is the ideal film or something that catches your eye. I'm saying, how do you kind of handle that situation? You just tell them keep working.
Yeah, you know, a guy that you know, he just in there, and I done checked his film out, and he not one of those guys, because man, just to be honest, to play at the next level, you got to be different. You know what I'm saying? Every high school football player that send me film isn't gonna play at the next level. That's just what it is. You know, and so I just try to be real with them and let them know, you know, just put in work. So I mean, just to be honest, a 5'6", 5'7" offensive tackle, he good enough to play at the high school level. He might be pancaking, but what college is he gonna play at? You know, he might can go somewhere and play, but it's gonna be kind of hard just because a lot of guys they want the measurables at all positions.
Right.
You got anything, Nudge?
My brother.
Oh, you muted, sir.
My bad. I said, of course, man. Y'all know I stay with questions, man. Hey, Coach. So I want to know, man, from your perspective, right? Commerce is a really good school. Doesn't necessarily always get the exposure, right? We know how good your son is, Jaden Daniels, and I'm gonna ask you about him into my next question. But tell me, how is it down there as far as media coverage, covering the team? How is the exposure down there? What's it like at Commerce? Because I don't really know. That's why I'm asking.
Honestly, man, that's why I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Because it's really not. You know what I'm saying? If the local paper ain't coming through, ain't nobody really coming to Commerce like that to write on Commerce. You know, shoot, I don't even think they don't have an official Twitter account. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that.
Okay, Coach.
But
so speaking of that, you've been getting your son out there, right? Tell me a little bit about his game. What you think stands out about his game? And as a parent, you talked about, you know, obviously having to kind of play devil's advocate through the two, giving your kid attention, but also now you've grown into this big platform where you're giving other kids exposure too. So talk about balancing those two, but also doing the best interest for your son and also for, you know, athletes out there that want exposure too.
Right. So when it comes to my son, man, what I think about him, man, to be honest, shoot, I played with Monte. You know what I'm saying? I did. Shoot, he the next thing to him. In my eyes, I ain't just saying it because he's my son, but I done watched it from the first time. This is the first time that I knew my son was special. 6 years old. First, you know, at 6 years old, they allowed him to play tackle football. Mm-hmm. Right. So we at the practice. The coaches, he throwing the ball up to every kid. Every kid they get the ball or whatever, kids go, they tackle them. They throw the ball up. Jaden catch the ball. There might be 25, 26 kids. When he catch it, not one of them touching. I knew right then. I said he gonna be special. You know what I'm saying? And the way we locked in, Jay was probably about 9, 10 years old playing rec league football, and he never really. He wasn't the one that got the carries. He didn't touch the ball like that. I can remember I was telling somebody the other day. I remember we were playing maybe 10U at Wind the Barrel. He don't never touch the ball. They finally give him the ball. As soon as he get the ball, he make one move. The ball go one way, he go the other, because he ain't never touch it. But you know, we made a pact with each other coming from a ball game one day. He in the car. He upset because he ain't really touched the ball like that. We made a pact that, you know, if he did his part, I would do my part to make sure if his dream was to play Division I football, we would go do whatever it takes to get there. And that's what started the course, and we're here now.
Simple as that, Coach. And then I want to ask you, I know you got a big camp coming up. Kind of talk about, I know you've been sending out some invites. Talk a little bit about that U.S. Army Bowl camp, what it's about, what is it comprised of. And I think another just great opportunity for these players to get a little bit of testing, kind of get their feet wet into the off season. Just talk a little bit about what the camp's about.
Man, it's really like as a combine. What they're doing is I think they're gonna go with the top 10 kids. They're gonna give them invites to the U.S. Army Bowl game out in Frisco, Texas. Yeah, next December. So that's gonna be major, and that's a pretty big game. You know what the U.S. Army Bowl, it used to be the game at one point in time, and so I think they're trying to restore that and get it back to what it once was. And I know right now some pretty big name players that they already invited, so it's going to be a pretty big deal. There's going to be some big-time athletes out there, I know for sure.
And then let's talk a little bit about that, Coach, just how you were able to kind of partner. Because, I mean, like you said, that's very exclusive, right? Not everybody goes to a U.S. Army Bowl. That's still a big distinction. Just talk about kind of how you were able to, be a part of that and really try to help some of these kids that are, wildly unknown, kind of get some more exposure too.
Man, I think how I ended up last year, Coach Sokol, he had reached out to me. Somebody gave him my information and told me that I can help him, with scout some kids for the camp. So he reached out to me and, I kind of helped him with it last year. And he reached out to me again about a month ago, and he told me they was having a camp. So I said, yeah, we'll do it, because I guess with the Twitter account, or X, whatever we call it, I'm able to get a lot of exposure. And so, man, I put that thing out there. When I dropped that flyer, man, that thing was shared like 300 times. You know what I'm saying? Crazy numbers. It's crazy, man. And that Twitter thing is still be blowing my mind. Like when you talking about I'm the expert, I was like, man, that account. I honestly, I was like, that account. That ain't that. Somebody was like, man, that's you. Yeah, but that's that account. You know what I'm saying?
I guarantee you, though, Coach. I guarantee you say it's that account. I guarantee you go to any of these major camps they're gonna have this year in the spring and summer. I guarantee just go one of them. Somebody gonna know who you is. That's big volume.
No question.
100%.
No question.
Man, it's crazy to me, man. It's crazy. I'm like, wow. They be talking about me now, like you talking now, man. I want to get kids that wouldn't normally get exposure. My goal is to help them be seen. You know what I'm saying? Get some kids that I helped. You know what I'm saying? Nobody knew about, and these kids are getting some big time exposure. It's a name I want to drop that I know tomorrow. This kid, he gonna get a big time offer. You know what I'm saying? A Northeast Georgia kid. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he's gonna get a big time offer tomorrow. But I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna wait. I got some inside insight.
Okay.
Just remember,
you're looking out for that.
Yeah, just remember I said it. It's gonna be a kid, Northeast Georgia kid, country.
Okay.
I'm a country. I feel like, man, I'm a country boy, man.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I'm straight from the country. I feel like y'all city slickers.
No.
I am. I am. I am.
I come from some bad roads, man. Believe it or not. Oh, don't let this 5 o'clock shadow fool you.
I'm out here for the country boys, man. You know what I'm saying? This whole area, when you go north of Gwinnett, if it ain't game, you know what I'm saying? They ain't showing nobody no love, man.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying? It started for these kids in this area, you know what I'm saying? But it's just a balloon that people from all over the country, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Right. Speaking of giving exposure, Coach, we're gonna put you on. I'm gonna put you on the spot. Top five best kids you done seen. You see a lot of kids nationally right now. Just top 5 that you done seen back into 2023, early 2024.
That boy Naheem Cheeks was a gangster last year. Number 1. That's Chris Johnson. That boy was dangerous. That's number
Chris
1.
Johnson. All right.
I heard his name before.
Play for Tennessee.
Yeah, Chris Johnson. Yeah, played for Tennessee.
East Carolina.
Yeah.
Or what?
I know my stuff, Coach.
Yeah,
I know my stuff. Play for Arizona too. I know my stuff. Yep.
Yeah, Chris Johnson. That Naheem Cheeks. Yeah, that's him. I will have to say Sammy Brown. I'm gonna say Sammy Brown.
Okay.
Easy.
He different. You know what I'm saying? He just a different type of athlete. Right now, I'm gonna tell you who I think is one of the biggest sleeper right here, right now, man. Interior defensive lineman at Grayson, Josiah Victor.
You know what? I've been seeing that name, Coach, and he blowing up too.
Yeah, I like him a lot. I like Josiah Victor a lot.
Yeah, I interviewed him a couple of years ago.
Man, I wrote some names down here too because I knew y'all was gonna do that. I knew y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, he can prepare.
Yeah, I knew y'all was gonna do it.
Hey, he got a like 5 or 6.
There you go. He got it laminated.
Coach is ready.
Yeah, I knew y'all was gonna do that, man. It's a kid here, out of state kid. Jackson Pyatt, linebacker, 2026. Mad dog. Just picked up an offer, I think, from Boston College. He a bad boy. Sideline to sideline. Kid strong as an ox. What's that? That's 4 or 3?
4.
That's 4.
That's 4. And I'm gonna bring his name up again. We just talked about it. I'm gonna have y'all gonna say I'm biased. A lot of people.
Look.
I already know.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. This dude, as a freshman, I didn't come on here just to rant about him, but as a freshman, this kid didn't start to the 4th game of the season, right? Still ran for 14.25. Came back the next year, 14.87. This year, 19.65. 55 total touchdown. Yeah, he undersized, but man, that vision is just it's elite.
Nah, facts. When you put up that clip, I was like, yeah.
He got up out of there. He just put out something. It was from his freshman year down at Greene County. Dude rushed for 306 yards. That's a career high as a freshman. And that run, if somebody can pull up the run of the first, we just dropped a compilation of all his runs from freshman year through this junior year. That first run, man, crazy.
Crazy.
Dude, I mean, it was like he had eyes in the back of his head.
That's crazy.
You know, another kid.
Okay. No, go ahead, Coach.
Another kid I like too, man. Kid out of Stevens County, running back, Javon Gordon. He just picked up a Wake Forest offer, 25 kid. Maurice Jones-Drew 2.0.
From what county?
Stevens County High School. Kid 5'11", 200 pounds. He returning punts.
That's crazy.
Well, I got the clip Coach talking about. I'm gonna go ahead and show it real quick. I was looking it up.
Bet.
So let's see. Go ahead and highlight what Coach talking about. If I mess up, Coach, just let me know, man.
Oh, man, you good, man.
I think he's talking about this one.
Yeah, that one right there. Watch what he do to this man that's chasing him. Watch that.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
That's next level.
I think we need an instant replay on that one more time.
Yes,
please.
most definitely.
Let's go back to the start.
Threw him off him, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's 148 pounds soaking wet.
I'm trying to make sure my man's ankle's okay. Did he get up?
Hey man,
what part of his game does it get from you, Coach? I said, what part of his game does it get from you?
Man, his toughness. I was slow as creek water. Hey, but I was like 6 yards. My senior year, I was able to play running back. I was like seven yards away from 1,000. But I was go running between the tackle.
That's respectable nonetheless.
Yeah, he come from a long line of running backs. His granddad played at Louisville on his mom's side. I got a cousin, Waylon Rucker. He played college ball. Yeah, so he coming from. It's in his blood.
Coach, I want to ask you too. Like you've been seeing a bunch of these players. What do you think is the biggest difference? And I thought you brought up a good point. Too many kids go D1 or bust. They can still go to D2s, D3s, NAIAs, and be successful. But what's the biggest difference that you've seen from maybe a D1, D2, D3 in some of these kids potentially and possibly getting there? What do you think is the biggest difference on those levels?
Of a kid going from, so you're asking what's the biggest difference with that kid that's a D2 kid or a D1 kid?
Yeah, like I know you look at a lot of film. Like, are you able to tell right now? Okay, hey, this kid's this kid's that. Like, how can you?
But see, that's where that transfer portal kind of come into play with the high school. It bumped all the kids back. You know what I'm saying? So that kid that once was a FBS kid, he might be a G5 FCS kid now. You know what I'm saying? And that the thing is, a lot of the kids don't understand what the portal did to them, that it's bumping them back. So the difference it's not no big difference. I think it just went back. The scale slid backwards. You know what I'm saying?
100%, Coach. And do you think it's a big difference between Group 5? Even though it's still D1, but is there a difference between Group 5 compared to D1, or is it on the same scale?
Man, have you ever been to a D2 football game?
I'm gonna be honest. No, I have not.
I have.
Go find one. They play ball at all levels. You know what I'm saying? Right. Mm-hmm. Football is played at all levels. You know what I'm saying? D2, it's some guys, high school guys that think they FBS guys. They probably couldn't sleep next to a D2 player. They couldn't bump with them. You know what I'm saying? So it's good football played at all levels.
Would you say that the biggest difference maker from D2 to D1 or this on all levels is just like everybody says, the size in the trenches, offensive lineman, D lineman, or linebacker?
Exactly, because you go to a Walford game or you go to a Walford game, you see some guys on the offensive line 6'1", 6'2". These are tackles. You know, you just bump it up, go to a Georgia Tech game. You know, you got some monsters out there. So the trenches is definitely where that's the big difference, because you got Power 5 guys that are 5'8", 5'9", running the ball, or 6 foot receivers. You got those at the D2 level as well.
Mm-hmm.
So the trenches that's just what the big difference. The trenches.
Gotcha. And then another question for me, Coach. I feel like this is big. Just with everybody, man, and especially in our space, in the journalism space, recruiting space, just how do you monetize with what you got going on? Because you know what I'm saying, everybody's like, you work 2 jobs. I know I work 2 jobs. I know Jerome works 2 jobs. Nas is the only one that's lucky enough to kind of, you know what I'm saying, do what he does full time. Just kind of, how do you monetize and get things coming in where you can kind of sustain and have longevity in this realm?
Man, honestly, I'm trying to take it to where this is how this is my everyday job. That's what I want to do. Especially, I want to create a camp series thing. I want a camp series. I want to do a top 150 athlete prospects across the nation. I want to host some showcase games and stuff like that. And all that stuff is coming to fruition. It's gonna take a little time, but we're getting there. So I want this to be my everyday job. That's the plan.
Gotcha.
And a follow-up on that, Coach, tell them about all the exciting ventures you got going on right now. I know you just came out with something real special that you tweeted out. Just talk a little bit about that and some of the other ventures you into.
Like what you're doing, the website. That's what
yes, sir.
About. Yeah, the website. It kind of, give you a little insight about me, what I'm doing, what my goals are with helping kids. It's going to allow you to see that, it's a process. That's what I want parents to know, that, it's a process to it. It's a way to do it. And with the website, we're going to be writing blogs on student athletes, things like that. We're going to, be posting our camp dates. We're going to have all kind of content. Actually, I'm about to partner up with this 7-on-7, and we're going to be live streaming some 7-on-7 tournaments here pretty soon and things like that. So we got a lot of things going on, man.
Most definitely.
Definitely.
You have any more?
I have two more questions real quick, and I'll end it. Obviously, I'm down here in Mobile, Alabama for the Senior Bowl. And earlier you talked about, bowl games, 7-on-7, things like that. What kind of and showcases, what kind of, what's the importance of like a showcase or a 7-on-7 or like a Senior Bowl that, maybe the casual fans don't understand why is it so important?
Exposure, guys like you, Najee, and Bacon, y'all are there. Y'all guys are, they need to get in front of you guys, writers. You know what I'm saying? Exposure is big, man. The only way to be seen is to get exposure, but you can't go to every camp. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying my camp is the best camp, but every camp ain't gonna give you what you're looking for. If it's not no writers there like you guys, you can go get a workout anywhere. Don't go to a camp to work out. A lot of these guys, they go to these camps and they go just for the story, go to compete. Find you a camp that it's gonna be some dogs that go to compete against the best in order to be the best.
Definitely. And my last question is, you've been in the game for a little bit, so did you have any players that came through an event like this, like a Senior Bowl, or maybe even like a East-West Triangle bowl that you can kind of remember and name?
Man, honestly, I got told you, I'm still wet behind the ears, man. I created this account a year and a half ago, July.
Okay.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And man, it's God did it. I ain't do it. I be freaking out like the 26,000 followers. Like, huh? No, that ain't me. I'm just out here getting knowledge. Getting knowledge and giving it back to the people. That's why I think it's growing like it's growing. Yeah, but I ain't got no kids there yet. But I'm gonna have me a couple of NFLers. Give me just a little bit. I got some P5 guys working too. They coming.
Got you. They coming.
Yeah.
And when they come, you're gonna be down here with me.
No. Hey, look, that's where a lot of them go wrong. I would never switch up.
Yeah.
I respect that, Coach.
No, I'm just saying, come down here. I'm saying come down here to support your guys. If you have some guys here, come down here and support them. That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
I was saying, no, I know you. I never switch up on y'all guys, man. I don't feel like I'm big now, and I don't. Man, it is what it is, man.
I got you, Coach. I got you.
Hey, I want to ask one more. We're gonna let you get out of here, Coach. I honestly admire that, because you see guys like, they'll get that kind of, exposure early, and, they'll kind of blow up and just kind of forget everything, Coach. So, man, we just appreciate you being so transparent with us, man, and allowing us this space, man. And you know how it is, Coach. We talked off air, how it is, with us, obviously getting in the industry, being Black, trying to help people out. And, we appreciate you, Coach, just opening the doors, man, and really just allowing us, tagging us in all your stuff. Again, you have a big following. Like, you don't have to do stuff like that, but you still do it, man. So we appreciate you really for that, Coach. And my last thing, what would you say to just what would you say to anybody? I mean, like you said where you've come from. What advice would you give just to anybody, just to kind of whatever industry we're getting, whether that's journalism, whether that's recruiting and coaching, that they should be able to do to kind of get to where they want to be? And obviously, like you said, it's a process. Like, it's not going to happen overnight. What advice you just give others that want to break through in whatever industry they pursue?
The advice I would have, man, keep your eye on the prize, for one. It's going to be some storms. It's going to be some days like with the recruiting. Yeah, sometimes I want to hit the delete button on that thing.
I feel you, man.
But, man, you got to keep going, man. Go and do what you love, because once you start doing what you love, it ain't work no more. I love trying to get these kids exposure, getting them seen and things like that. I love it, man. I'm telling you, they ain't gonna consume my life. I about lost the old lady about it.
Ah, man. Not the
Baby, just go for what you know, man. Don't let nothing stop what you're trying to do. Put your heart in it, and it'll be easy for you.
Yeah.
Well, no doubt, Coach. We want to say, man, thank you so much for joining the First and Foremost podcast, Coach. You are welcome anytime. We appreciate you dropping the dimes and the science and the knowledge, man, on the show today. definitely for these kids. Definitely means a lot, man. You supporting our platform and us supporting you, obviously. And we hope to have you on again, Coach. And me and Bacon go see you on Saturday, man.
Yeah, what time?
I'm looking forward to it, man. Looking forward to it.
What we meant to ask? What time is the camp?
Man, 8 o'clock. O lineman and D lineman check in. I don't think the camp might not start till like maybe 9. I'm gonna be there probably by 8:30.
Early morning.
Okay, early morning
for sure.
Gotcha, Coach. Yeah, Coach. If I was in town, I would definitely be there. But I'm definitely coming to the next one.
Yes, sir, man. We're gonna put out some good footage. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna some good content. We're gonna find some dudes too that we find.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, Coach, man. Have a good rest of the week, man, and we'll be in contact.
All right, man. Thank y'all,
Coach.
Yes, sir, Coach.
Peace.
All right, guys. So there goes Coach Daniels, man. Appreciate him coming on the podcast. And as you guys see, that we give, this is a platform for anybody. And what's so cool about that, Bacon, and why I bring that up, that was his first ever podcast, y'all.
Bro, hey, let's do it.
You know what I'm saying? So this is what we do on First and Foremost podcast. Coach was a little nervous, but he handled it like a G, like a pro. Did a great job. And he was actually, nervous and excited about coming on tonight. So this is what we do on First and Foremost podcast. Bacon, say it with me. Before we go to our 3-man weave, Bacon, say it with me. First and foremost, we're what?
We don't just give you the spiel. We keep it real.
We keep it real.
Keep it real, my brother. So I had to point that out. Coach Daniels doing a great thing with his platform, man. As you see, we are a growing brand together. Jerome's been doing big things. Loves the Reese Senior Bowl. He's getting some good footage. I know he's going to have on his platform pretty soon. Me and Bacon are going to the Army Bowl, and as you see, big details. This is not no itty bitty stuff, man. Like the 10 top players are going to get invited to U.S. Army Bowl in Texas. Like that's exciting, bro. Like national, that's big time. And then we try to get to the Under Armour Bowl too. So, hey, man, we on the rise. We don't do this for us. We do this for the kids and give them exposure, man, and to be able to tell their stories, what's in your bag, and things like that. That's what we do, man. So, without further ado, we're going to go to 3-man weave in just a second. But I got to get your thoughts, man. Some big-time news. Have y'all seen On 3 rankings? Do y'all want to go over that real quick?
Yes, please.
Real quick.
All right, let's go through that. I got to get your thoughts. Y'all know Dylan Raiola dropped 50 spots, man.
Whoa.
Yeah, whoa.
Why do we think that? Why do we think that? Because that is a big
that's a big drop. He's still, and then he dropped his 5-star with them as well. So
wow.
I'm gonna go ahead and share this real quick with y'all.
Georgia connection.
Hey man. So this is it right here. Just to save our time, I'm just gonna put GA. Is this updated? Hold on.
Go to the top. Yeah, that's it. That's what I had. I just looked at.
Okay. All right, cool. I was making sure. Usually put in GA had a whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I see my guy still at number 2 there. So that's what's up.
All right, hold on, y'all. Let me get the whole list. So it's actually 38 Georgia players that made this list. It was the second most in the country. So shout out to them for that.
I seen that.
Yeah, so you do that. That showed you how good the talent is and talent rich Georgia is. So without further ado, oh my gosh. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. Trying to show this real quick.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so as you can see, I mean, obviously KJ Bowden's right here. We know how good he is, how elite he is. He was the highest ranking Georgia player. Gosh, hold on. My thing is tripping. I looked at this earlier today and it was working. Okay, well, I guess Raiola.
There we go.
I seen him. I don't know if they adjusted it, but they had him at 71 earlier, but it looks like they didn't changed it. So
somebody got mad.
I had to. I'm telling you, like I did it today on my show at 12, and he was 71, bro. So
somebody called him up and it's like, here's a couple of blocks,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what happened there, but he was rated. I thought what was cool too. I seen Luke Cromenhawk. Hold on, this can't be right. Hold on, y'all. Y'all give me a second.
Well, this guy said 71 right next to his name.
You said who?
I said when you had it on Dylan, it had 71 right next to it. I don't know if that's because it was an older number.
Right.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's probably what it was. That's probably what it is.
Because the reason I bring it up, y'all, Cromenhawk was rated a 5-star in their new rankings, and I wanted to get y'all thoughts on that.
Definitely. Real quick, I wanted to show. I'm gonna put this on the screen real quick because this relates to what you said earlier. As you see, these are the rankings from. No, you can keep it up. You can keep it up. These are the rankings from each state. So as you see, Texas with 45, Georgia has 38, Florida with 32, Cali with 24, Alabama with 19, North Carolina 12, Ohio 12, and Missouri 10. So as you see, Georgia is number 2, and it's a big disparity. I mean, you know, Texas is number 1, and we kind of know Texas is a big, you know, everything big in Texas, but Georgia's right there. So hey, Florida, hey, California, how y'all doing?
There you go. All right, y'all. This is the updated list. Okay, so as y'all can see, Sammy Brown actually is the top player. Okay, I don't know what they were showing on the other ones, but you can see this is the list they had that came out. All right, so this is Sammy Brown, as y'all can see, he's the highest rated. And then DeMelo Jones, this is what I wanted to show y'all. DeMelo Jones right there is a 5-star, Don the 5-star from Swainsboro. Okay, and then the next one was KJ, and then as like I told y'all, Luke Cromenhawk, your boy, we seen the Benedictine baking throughout the summer. Listed as a 5-star player. I thought that was big. And peep this stat, y'all. He's the highest rated player since Jameis Winston came in the program in 2012.
Wow.
Yeah, wow is right. And then your boy Caleb Odom. There you go. This is why I went to Jerome. 5-star, Don the 5-star a couple days ago. What's your instant reaction to the 5 stars, man?
Man, first and foremost, I wanted to say, man, shout out to Caleb. I want to say, do we really see him as a tight end? At Carrollton, he played a lot of really wide receiver. I think he played maybe a little slot, but just what's your thoughts on that, man?
No, I agree with that. He is a flexible guy. He can be your. Now, I'm not saying he is, but you can use him in the same sense of a Kyle Pitts, where you can move him around, put him in line, you know, flex him outside, put him in the slot, different things. You can put him at H-back if you want to do some like, you know, funky stuff if you want to. He's a guy, and I think this is the reason why he became a 5-star, because you can use him in different spots rather than him at one spot on offense. Shout out to Caleb, man. I love when I see good things happen to good kids. And this guy is a good kid. He's not just, you know, one of those flashy guys. You know, there's times where he might not get the ball at all in a game. You don't see him getting upset or anything like that. He's, you know, cheering his team on. I respect that a lot. So when he's seen that, man, and shout out to his mom too. He's very, very sweet lady. He's doing his thing. So I appreciate the fact that, you know, On Three gave him that 5-star, man, and it shows a lot of his perseverance and, you know, what he's been doing, and not always, you know, having to be that flashy guy, because, you know, some of these 5-star guys get be the most flashy guys. I don't think he's a flashy guy, but he's very talented.
No doubt. Well, there's a couple more. We're going to conclude this segment up. Just some of the other major guys. Obviously, you see Mike Matthews right there at 38, still a 5-star player, balled out at the Polynesian Bowl. You see Edric Houston from Buford on there. But there is one I wanted to kind of see and get you guys' thoughts. This one right here, Dylan Raiola, as I told y'all, was number 71 in their rankings that came out a couple days ago. What was your instant reaction to that? We got to see Raiola probably a couple times this year, but him dropping from 21 5-star, being the number 1 player in the country, to 71 in their final rankings.
Go ahead, Joe.
I just think there was a lot of hype around him, which, you know, sometimes when there's a hype around a player, even if they still play good, they don't play to that high level, people start thinking of that player differently. You get what I'm saying? So, like, you know, him coming out of Arizona, coming over here, you know, was a Georgia commit at one point, and, you know, he was supposed to, you know, bring that Buford team. Everybody thought was like, man, they're probably gonna take it this year. They're too stacked, and they didn't. They were still good. They was really good. I think they only lost one game, if I'm not mistaken. So it wasn't that they wasn't good. It wasn't the look that I think most people was looking for. So sometimes, you know, especially in high school, you kind of get that where, you know, if that player don't live up to that hype, then it's like, he might not be as good. Like, I still think he's a really good player, but, you know, sometimes they might pit somebody over him because the hype, or, you know, what was the expectation wasn't there, you know. So that's my opinion on it.
I say, man, I'm not sure why. I just give what I saw, man. You know what I'm saying? He's got some nice footwork, man. He can definitely spin the ball. Obviously the Buford offense underachieved this year, but when you look at it, they really honestly they had like obviously wide receiver 1 and KJ, wide receiver 2, maybe a wide receiver 3. But it just didn't work out for whatever reason. But I think he's talented, man. To drop him drastically, I don't think I'm on bandwagon with this drastic drop. I think I'm not gonna say it's some ill will, but some shade being thrown that he went to Nebraska, not Georgia. I think if he was at Georgia, I don't think this just happened. That's just my perspective. But
pretty much what I was alluding to. That's pretty much what I was alluding to. Yeah.
I'm gonna come out and say it, brother.
There you go.
Yeah, I go interesting takes there, but those are the major rankings I see: Trajan Greco, Amir Jackson. We're not gonna go all the way through it just because we're low on time, y'all. But I did want to go through some of the main stories out of that. Last thing, and we're gonna transition to 3-man weave. I did want to tell y'all, your boy Luke Nickel, man, he is gaining some national.
Man, yes,
I told y'all.
Bless the baby, man.
Hey, called out in the Battle of Miami with some major players, Decorian Moore, obviously. Luke Nickel was there, CJ Wiley, AJ Hill, major. They are already on board. I was even shout out Luke Nickel. So expect that name to become national, I think, very, very soon. And this is the power of some of these big time 707 camps, man. You get your exposure out there. He already won a 7A title. Milton's coming up with a new practice facility here pretty soon. Some turf. This is what happens, man. And then you're able to do that, and you're able to go get more exposure and win tournaments like that.
Real quick, don't leave out Ryan Mosley. I don't know if I'm sure y'all seen his
I'm high on him too.
Head tops. Did you see the catches though at C1N? Oh, not C1N, but down in Miami.
I did not, but I will tell you this. I did have Jeremy on my show last Thursday, and we both were very high on him. I agree. Hey, that's why I said I think Carrollton got that starting 5, dog.
Oh man, come on, bro. Starting 5 with a couple of bench players, brother.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I wanted to put y'all on game up on that, but that's gonna do it all for football. I know we low on time. I'm gonna throw it to you, Bacon, for the 3-man weave.
3-man weave might be 4-man weave today, man. We're gonna see what Jerome talking about. He always as of late, man, he's been coming in clutch, but don't sleep on Jerome. I believe in him. We all believe in him.
I appreciate y'all, bro.
Supposed to keep praying, but don't laugh. But without further ado, man, first and foremost, we're gonna welcome in my who's become a good friend as of late, man. Ramon knows Live2Grind, man. He's works at OTE, man. Does a lot of things behind the scene, which is helping other people out, man. And tidbit, man. You know what I'm saying? The brother's a smart man. He graduated early, played basketball state championship level. So this is no dummy, from Augusta, Georgia, man. So that being said, man, we're gonna welcome in the man, the myth, the legend, the man behind the curtain, Ramon.
Nah, I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.
The introduction.
Yeah, the action. What's going on, brother?
Oh no, we just got done. Nah, appreciate the introduction.
Yeah, for sure.
Hold on, brother.
Sure.
We gotta give you the horn, my brother. Here we go.
Yeah.
Nah, thank you. I'm honored.
So kind of just let us know what has transpired. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you're on the scene. You probably got some just sizzling news coming our way.
Yeah, pretty soon. We can't reveal everything. But nah, just grinding, just staying afloat. But no, it's definitely been an honor even to meet you. We definitely we've been locked in for a while now, so it's definitely even learning the Atlantic scene, how everything worked, being down there and everything. I definitely appreciate everything.
Most definitely. Kind of just give the people a little insight about yourself. For those who don't know, it's kind of give them a little background story and kind of how you cultivated yourself into be a well-known brand around the basketball scene.
Oh yeah, man. I can probably write a book now. It's been a fun journey. But now I kind of picked up a camera a few years ago. I wasn't that good of a player in high school, not gonna lie. I was kind of a nerd. So I was just always in my books. But I know I wanted to stay like involved with basketball somehow. But I ended up in high school, I met this trainer that played for the Chicago Bulls. His name Barry Taylor. he used to train me out of high school, and his roommate in college was actually John Calipari, the head coach for Kentucky. They both was at UNC Wimbledon.
Yeah.
So he kind of took me under his wing. So I just kind of learned the game of basketball, the ins and outs and everything. And I tried playing collegiately. I had a little 1 semester stint at Shorter University in Rome, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, I just kind of stopped playing and kind of picked up the camera. And yeah, ever since then, it's definitely taken me all around the world. So it's definitely been an amazing journey.
For sure, man. Just kind of let the people know, man. Obviously, you work at OTE, man, a big brand right now. How did that kind of you good? How did that kind of come about, and man, what advice can you give to just a kid that's gonna see trying to do what you're trying to do? How could they kind of do what you're doing, bro?
Well, kind of how I got my break, honestly. So, like my first year, sorry for the noise. My first year, starting off, actually, I got my break at the Tip Off Classic like 3 years ago when the Boozer Twins came down, which was still my kind of like my first year recording still.
Mm-hmm.
So over time, nobody was filming the Boozer Twins at the time, and I kind of just pretty much followed them around the whole summer, and over time kind of found me and picked me up. So yeah, ever since then, that weekend honestly changed my life, and ever since then, obviously, I do all the Boozer Twins stuff for the Knight Riders in the Columbus, their high school team.
Right.
So yeah, pretty much. Yeah, without the Tip Off Classic, I'm not gonna lie, I don't even know if I would have met them. It was just kind of, I guess, perfect timing, I guess you could say. But yeah, so ever since then, it's definitely been an honor and a blessing to just even know the Boozers, their family, what they're all about, and what they represent. They're definitely amazing people, and obviously amazing basketball players.
For sure. Speaking of being amazing basketball players, man, you said nobody was watching them. So, like, what made you pick them up? What stood out to you in their game? Obviously, they're dominant. You know what I'm saying? They're six. What Caden's 6'5", Cam's like 6'8". You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so obviously
that's correct.
They stick out. But like, why do you feel like no one else was covering them, and what enticed you to fill in that gap?
Yeah, I think they were 13 going on 14 at the time. Well, I was just intrigued because obviously the son's a former NBA player.
Right.
I just would think they would have a lot of media attention at the time, but that wasn't the case. So I was just like, I'm gonna just stick with them and just see where this take me, and it's taking me to a lot of amazing places.
Facts. I'm gonna ask you one more question, man. I'm gonna pass it to the bros, man.
No, you good.
You good? Yeah. So I'm saying Ramon knows, man. You know what I'm saying? You're around. You don't just do the Night Riders. You know what I'm saying? You in all the gyms, college, high school, man. So how'd you kind of, you know what I'm saying, cultivate these relationships where you kind of got an umbrella of athletes, you know what I'm saying, that's a part of the Live to Grind brand?
Man, honestly, I feel like I talk too much, but networking has definitely helped my life. Just kind of knowing like who's playing, who's coming to the city. I don't want to give. Obviously, I'm from Augusta, Georgia. I don't want to take too much credit, but kind of being on the Atlanta scene, like those events that they be having like throughout the year, the key events on the weekends, like the TLC, tip off, the holiday hoops giving.
Yeah.
Just being in those environments and just being around like-minded other videographers,
Right.
which has definitely played a part in my career too. Just there's a lot of people that have definitely helped me get put in a great position, and just different people that I'm learning from and just even studying from. So it's definitely been a team effort. So I gotta definitely give the credit to a lot of other people who helped me. And most of those videographers actually live in Atlanta still to this day. So yeah.
Facts. Power of just networking. You know what I'm saying? You got a mouthpiece on, you got to give the gab, brother. But this last one now, and I slide to the brothers, man. You don't have a big primetime camera when you first started, man. So just what's your opinion on a lot of the higher quality cameras? Do you feel like it's necessary?
No, actually, I think quite the opposite. Well, when I first got started off, I don't mean to rumble, but I was actually using an iPad because I couldn't afford a camera at the time, and even if I could, I wasn't trying to spend 4 figures on a camera.
Right.
So I just wanted to learn how to I guess work my iPad first, and then like I graduated toward the camera. But without having an iPad during those times, I would have got the footage I got, but also like I wouldn't have been able to do anything pretty much, if that makes sense.
Right.
Because like sometimes, like even with a lot of camera guys I see, like everybody gets involved to, oh, I need this camera, I need this lens. But like if you can't afford it, you gotta work with what you got.
Right.
And even if that's a flip phone, like you just gotta make it work.
Real spill, man.
No doubt.
Go ahead. Whoever wants to jump in.
Yeah, I'll jump in. Hey, Ramon, this is Jerome from Inside the Hashes, man. Appreciate you getting on. And I've been looking at some of your stuff on Instagram. And one of the first things I noticed, even with you walking in the hallways now, is that you're interacting with a lot of these players, man. These guys love you, taking pictures with you. Like, how did that kind of like resonate with you? Like, how did you get to that point where you can just walk around and do some dap you up as you walking in and doing your podcast?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. So like, I was just trying to figure out how I can separate myself, even because I'm not the best editor. I don't got the best camera. I'm not gonna lie. Even sometimes I use my phone. Nobody knows the difference. But at the same time, I just feel like with that. So I figure, okay, nobody's going around finding all these athletes to take pictures with. Let me no sir.
Oh, okay.
I was like, let me pleasure to meet you. Thank you for earlier.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Man for people.
yeah, my bad.
Yeah. Okay. You're too popular, man. You're too popular.
So I figured I want to just go. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I always try to figure out. You have
High
to
character.
kind of knows who's in the room. So I figured I could separate myself by finding out all the top players in the area and like kind of in the. Which is what I was doing. So like at every event, I pretty much just take pictures with all the top players.
Say that last part again. You kind of muffled getting into the car.
Oh! I just kind of wanted to separate myself early on in like my video career. So just knowing kind of who's in the room and like all the top players, just kind of taking the pictures and even showing it on Instagram just to show, I was at this event. Yeah, such and such was there. Yada yada yada.
Gotcha.
Definitely, man. Now, like I said, I was kind of searching on your Instagram a little bit, kind of getting to know who you were and stuff like that. You have a picture of a guy that we just recently had on our podcast, Aaron Gregory. Can you talk about him a little bit?
Yeah, that's my guy. Yeah, we're both from Augusta. Yeah, he's obviously the #1 wide receiver in the country. By far, it's not even close. But yeah, just even getting to know him last summer. He has an incredible work ethic. He works out like 3-4 times out of a day. Like just just being in that environment, just watching him train, just the commitment level. Obviously, he has all these big time SEC offers, but he's very humble. So we actually gonna do a lot of stuff over this upcoming summer too. So
nice.
Yeah, that's my boy.
Yeah, that's our guy too, man. Like I said, we just had him on not too long ago. So shout out to Aaron. Naj, you got anything, bro?
Yeah, I guess my biggest question. You've been around some of the top tier players, man. Just in your eyes, man, what do you think separates maybe seeing that marquee talent? You said you were really early on that tip-off classic. What do you think just makes that marquee talent compared to maybe the others in the game?
Bye, Mom Rob. Love you. That was for me.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah. I think a lot of the things. Well, just been around a lot of like 5 stars recently. I think just will, but also just kind of like the motivation to win, because it's like some people want to score, some people want to win, some people want to put on the show when the crowd there. So yeah, it's a lot of variables, but I think one thing that attributes, I guess, is just the scoring ability to score whenever you want. And a lot of the great players, they pick their spots and they pick their spots very well.
No doubt. And then if you had to say, who's been the most impressive player you've seen throughout your journey and throughout your career?
Outside of Cameron Blues, and I'm joking. So far, Let's see.
Right.
Oh, that's tough. I'm not gonna lie. My favorite player to watch at the moment, I don't want to sound biased, but it's probably Ace Bailey.
Easy.
Right.
Yeah, he's very fun to watch. I like Dylan Harper too. He kicked our behinds early in the year, but yeah, he's a great player too.
Right.
Got you.
So, man, I guess a hot topic right now, man.
Right.
You believe you would agree that Ace Bailey should be rightfully the number one player in Class 24?
Right.
No, most definitely.
Right.
Wholeheartedly, for sure.
Now, do you see anything you like in Cooper Flask's game, or I mean, obviously, but just what's your opinion on his game?
I think Cooper. I think he's probably the best defensive player in all of high school. The way he gets his blocks and just the timing. I think I've never seen anything like it. I think he has to work on a few more things, but
you checked that a long time ago.
I think Ace. I think if he hasn't already, I feel like he's closed that gap. Like he could do it all. He could shoot, score, and he's put on 30, 40 points against top players consistently. Right. So like it's kind of hard to ignore it.
Just not right now.
No, that's facts, man. I think he had like 30 or 40 points the other week on like 3 or 4 dribbles. That's impressive. But
yeah, 38 on us.
30. I guess when they play the Twins.
Right next to Ricketts. We played McEachern in Atlanta at the Holiday Hoops Giving.
That's right. What was the score? You remember the final score? Y'all won with like 25.
Yeah, about 20. But I think Ace had like 80% of their points efficiently too.
Yeah, he's next level. But back to you, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Little
unorthodox than most. You know what I'm saying? How you kind of maneuver and how you get to different games. Just kind of. What's the method to the madness, brother? Of just how you kind of like facilitate, bro. You know, so you got different people getting footage. You know what I'm saying? You move around, how you move around. Just what's the finesse?
Man, you and everybody's had that question for me. I don't know. Sometimes, thank God for Spirit Airlines.
Yes, sir.
That's wild.
Hey,
that's
not the
wild.
front row. Not the front row, buddy.
About recruitment.
No, we're not in the front row.
The front row? You want the extra wide seats, man. I don't flow with Spirit, bro. I know what you're talking about.
Facts. That window seat.
Yeah.
that Spirit flight be a little dangerous for there, though. You know?
No, for sure.
you got to be prepared for everything, right?
Turbulence is
It's
different.
the price you pay flying high. Come on, man. But last couple questions, brother. You know what I'm saying? He asked you who's your favorite player, but you know what I'm saying? Just give me top 5 players, you know what I'm saying, you're most looking forward to. That's maybe not on your radar going into I guess you could say early EYBL session or AAU. I'm not AAU, Under Armour or Adidas circuit.
That's funny, though.
Yeah.
That was real,
That's a great question, by the way. I say probably the top of the list. A player that impressed me last year, who didn't really get his just due. His name is Caden House. Obviously, that last name might sound familiar, but yeah, he's the son of Eddie House.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, he's cold. He plays on Team Why Not, Westbrook's team.
Yeah.
He played up, and he gave us like 22, and he's like 15 still. He's gonna be a problem. I like him a lot. My boy Trey McKinney.
Yeah.
He's from Detroit. I'm not gonna lie. I think he's gonna finish like top 5.
Right.
Yeah,
he's
in this class.
Yeah, in his class. I think he's like 12 or 13 right now. I mean, he's a 5-star recruit. Granted, I mean he's good, but his scoring ability is just beautiful to watch. Kind of like Ace.
Is he long like Ace?
Yeah.
Nah, he's not.
Home against Arkansas.
Gotcha.
Like 6'2", 6'3". 3 more players. Let's see. Obviously, the Boozers.
They gotta win one.
They've
but they go
just even watching them progress, and they're still young. They could really reclass down if they really wanted to.
Yeah, we think about going down there. I've got Nisha
Let's see.
Trying to go.
Man, it's still early. Oh, there is this one kid in Atlanta. I like him.
Okay.
But he has another year. He's like 2028. His name is Bentley.
Right.
Bentley.
He plays for Jet Academy.
Yeah.
He doesn't play middle school or high school ball right now, though.
All right. So
they call him Baby Wembley or something like that.
Okay.
Nah, he's gonna be nice. He's long. He reminds me of like a younger version of Kevin Durant.
Damn,
He's in the class of like
I need
2028.
to start sitting down and looking at it.
Wow.
All he does is
So they
train
put some numbers,
2-3 times a day.
together and see how I'm gonna make this work. What I need to do.
6'8",
All right.
6'8" right now. I'm like, oh yeah, he's gonna be a problem in the future.
Mayor Bailey?
Hold on.
Nah.
Give me 1 minute more. Let's put him. I'll call you right back.
I gotta get his name from my boy. Nah.
So how you doing?
That could be him. Nah, but they call him
I'm trying to get to my app.
Wembley. DTP had made a video for him.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's cold. And one more. This is tricky.
Okay. I'm gonna get number 1. Yes. I'm gonna get a large.
Yeah, sure. I'll take a 6-piece.
6-piece meal.
Yes. Thank you.
6-piece meal.
Order me some too. Yeah. While you're there, just order me some too.
Right.
He said order me something too.
Side of hot sauce.
I got y'all.
With that chicken sandwich, I'm gonna get
y'all get me back on the back end.
I got you.
Chick-fil-A. Thank you so much. Let me see. All right, last person. Yeah,
Anthony.
It's not clicking. No,
Braylon?
okay, I lied. No, Caden Allen.
Caden Allen. Oh yeah.
Everybody keeps talking about him, so I actually wants to see what he does this summer.
Facts. He led in points to yeah.
They say he led a scoring in P-Sham.
Yeah.
For like all year. Thank you so much, Mr. Up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they say he's dangerous. And I think that's 5.
Yeah, that's 5. That's 5.
I couldn't think of no more. Yeah, we was burnt out after 5. No, most definitely. I actually have a question for you.
Mm-hmm. What's going on, brother?
Do you think the football scene is going to improve? Is going to be just as good next year?
Most definitely. It's probably going to be even crazier, to be honest with you. Yeah, like 7A's coming down to 6A. Carrollton's looking crazy. Douglas County's going to be in the mix with Aaron. It's gonna be crazy, bro. I feel like it's gonna be a lot because it's gonna be more compact between 7 and 6A. It's gonna be a lot more. It's gonna be a lot more like what ifs. Like they got that, and the transfer list ain't even all full out complete. So it's gonna be bananas for sure.
No, for sure. Do you think Douglas County can they reload if they haven't already?
They reload, brother. They reload. They finna empty the clip before too long, bro.
They just need one. They just need that one piece, and I'm hearing some rumblings about it. So we'll see.
I thought that boy, what's his name, James Johnson?
Yeah.
I thought he was a senior. They said no.
Yeah, he a senior this year.
Huh?
He a senior this year. Like he's a senior for this upcoming year.
Wow.
Bro. They're gonna be nasty, bro.
Yeah, that's gonna be special to watch. And was Sir a senior?
Yeah, he's a senior.
Do they have a good quarterback after him?
They working on something. They got something big in the works.
My fault. You don't got to leak nothing. My bad.
No. Nah, you good.
I don't want them to stop the Bacon Network interviews.
Yeah, this is the news, you know.
No, we can't cut down. We can't cut off the grease, but we got to keep it hot and ready, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Numbers definitely
hot enough.
Keep it high.
Keep it hot enough
to burn the grease. I mean, to burn the skin. To burn the skin.
He said to burn the skin, not the grease.
I'm dead.
Oh, funny.
So man, can we expect to see Ramon on the football scene?
No, definitely. This year, I went to one Douglas County game. I seen that sun. Yeah, I ain't go to no more.
Yeah,
we gonna bring the sun visors out this year though.
I love to see it, bro. I love to see it. I know whatever you touch is gonna turn to gold, man. And if any way I could be of service, man, I'm gonna be there, brother.
Numbers Dankland. It's an honor and privilege to be on this interview and y'all podcast. Thank you again.
Most definitely, brother. Anytime, man.
You have us, man.
I gotta get all y'all info so I can follow y'all too.
For sure. It's at the bottom. At the bottom, if you can see it. Najbook TV, Inside the Hashes.
Oh wait, I got it.
That's a bit. But like I said, you welcome. Welcome. My bad. Go ahead, Jerome. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say you can screenshot that, and we'll definitely hit you up on your social. Man, we appreciate you being on our podcast for sure. We're just trying to get some of the hottest people in the game. So when Bacon said we're gonna get you on, I had to look you up, and I was like, yeah, let's get him on. Let's get him on. So we appreciate you being on, man.
Say what?
Can't hear you, man. I'm sorry.
Still got a lot more work to do.
Most definitely, brother. Like I said, welcome on here anytime, man. Definitely one of the biggest names. Definitely got the inside scoop on a lot of things going on. One of the biggest budding journalists, media influentials, personalities in the game. So we appreciate you, brother. And have a blessed night. And we will definitely be in contact, my friend.
No, most definitely. Thank y'all too. Pleasure meeting y'all, and keep up the phenomenal work. I'm tapped in, and I did listen to the Aaron episode. By the way, it was hard. He was asking him about the brand deals and stuff. That was hard.
Appreciate you tuning in, brother. Much love, man.
Appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Much love. See y'all soon. Thank you again.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So there goes that interview. Jerome has about 5 minutes so he has to get off. So I don't see a red exit button. So we're gonna go ahead and get to our thoughts real quick. It's one more quick thing I wanted to point out was the 247 quick top 60. I wanted to point out, and then we'll get our words of wisdom and wrap up the show for today.
Words of wisdom.
So hold on one second. Let me pull up these 247 basketball rankings real quick. Definitely want to get Bacon's reaction to these. I think it was 26, I believe, right? Yeah, it was 26. Yep. I want to get your reaction to this. Only one Georgia basketball player hit this list, Bacon. So
26.
Yep. And he is from Walker High School, Mustafa Diop.
Oh, yes, bro. He's a dog, bro.
Oh, you seen him? I have not seen him yet. Okay. But yeah, he was number 10, and then he shot up all the way to number 6. Yep, 5-star player. But what just stands out about this list? I know Elijah Arenas is Gilbert Arenas' son. Caleb Pope, you've seen him a lot. We've already seen Tyron Stokes.
Yeah.
Number 1, now number 2. We've seen him before as well. But what stands out?
What stands out? Obviously, Elijah Arenas. I haven't seen him, but for the Gilbert Arenas namesake says it all, man. If you know, you know. If you're old enough to remember the days where Gilbert Arenas was terrorizing the league, man, was kind of like 1A, 1B to like Kobe Bryant. Do you know? Obviously, Caleb Holt, man, our good friend Raheem the Dream, Rod 247. He's always been 3. He's held steady at 3. I'll say that. You know what I'm saying? So definitely a player. He's, from what Rod's told me, he's been working on that jumper. So if he can get that jumper, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting between that 2 battle between him and Stokes. Obviously, Teron Stokes is doing what he wants to do, man. He's having his way. He's got the English off the glass, both hands, step back, footwork is elite, shooting it from anywhere. Teammate of AJ DeBonsa on prolific prep, as well as another player. I think he's on 25, but scroll down for me, brother. Let's see who else stands out to the kid other than Diop. There's no other player on here from Georgia, bro?
Nope. About to show you. Look. Okay, you see the GA, right? Okay, you see Job. That's Gaskins. That's Maximo Adams. I mean, I guess overtime elite, but that's, I guess you could consider that. Adam Udmadoch.
Don't give me the line.
Okay, Manny Green is on here too from Cedar Grove.
Manny Green. This should be a kid that's man, I can't remember his name. He's from like East Georgia. Wingfield.
Jalen Wingfield.
Yeah.
He's not on this list, brother.
He must be. Caden Allen was, was a Georgia kid. Now he's in Florida. So
where did he go to school?
He went to school at Grayson. Matter of fact, if he'd have stayed at Grayson, it really would have been.
It would have been over.
Bless the baby.
Sheesh.
Quincy.
You obviously know this is Jason Richardson's son.
Yep. Jackson Richardson.
Yep. Caden House, that's who Washington College just mentioned.
Yeah.
Who he was really high on from Scottsdale.
To be honest, man, I'm really just I got a feeling you're gonna be in the building, Nas, when EYBL comes to Atlanta Lake Point, man. That's
Try
gonna
to be out there, so I can get more familiar with the talent. Yeah, bro, it depends on the weekend, man. I want to be out there, but you know the situation, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna try to be out there as best as I can. I just need to know the weekend, like Friday night. I don't know. You got to see what days it is, man. What if it's 7-on-7? If it's big football weekend,
I think it could be 7-on. But listen, bro, this is the only time that this is gonna be in Atlanta. Anywhere else, you're gonna have to go to Memphis. That's what I'm saying. So for one day, you got to come. You got to come to GA. You got to come to Lake Point, bro.
If I ain't got to work, I'll be there.
It should be there on the weekend. It's gonna be on the weekend for sure.
Okay.
The closer, when I see the dates, you'll be the first person I send it to, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be on the weekend. Then you got the girls who are, the boys, it's kind of like the tip off classic but times 10s. You got different cameramen. I got you, Jerome. Let me say this, we'll wrap up. Cameraman. You got the cameraman, then you got like the big time coaches. So it's like a really NBA players been there. It's kind of like it's crazy, bro. Then you got the girls, EYBL session down in Birmingham. It's a lot laid back, Rob was telling me. So I'm definitely gonna try to tap into the girls session, EYBL, because the boys is crazy. But you got to get in that scene, feel what it's like, man. That's, what I'm saying, that's just cream of the crop. And I'll say this: we'll go to the world's wisdom, man. Coming up soon, we got Chloe Kitts, Bacon Network. We'll be tapping in with Chloe Kitts, South Carolina sophomore sensation. She's got a real inspirational story of just fighting through adversity and taking the uncharacteristic road of going to college early, sitting on the bench. But I won't say too much, but look forward to that. Stay tuned to all the network handles. It's going to be something special, man. Should happen next week. End of this week, we'll see. We're trying to get our schedules to align. But stay tuned to that. But next we will segue in the words of wisdom. And because Jerome has to go, but we'll let you go first, man. So go ahead and inspire.
Yeah. My words of wisdom. I got to shout out to my guy. He's over here waiting patiently. Sam, come here real quick. Come here.
We appreciate you, Sam.
Appreciate my boy Sam. He's waiting for me patiently. He's doing his thing. He's down here with us as well. I just wanted to shout this guy out because he interned with us when he was 16. Come here, friend.
How we doing?
My boy Sam here. This man been here. He's been interning with Inside the Hatchet since he was like 16. He's went to now 6 years with us, man. And every day I see this man work hard, don't have no complaints, always doing what he's supposed to do. He right now he's at Penn State. He's doing great things. He's about to graduate this year. He's getting into the media industry. He's down here with us at the Senior Bowl. So I had to shout him out because this is the definition of hard work. This is the definition of keep going and persevere and no matter what, keep going. So I had to shout my man out here. Definitely. So I had to get him in here real quick to give.
Keep doing your thing.
That's my word. Keep going for sure. This man was interning from us when he was 16. 6 years interning.
I'll take it. I'll let Nas end off. I know he got something profound to say, man. I'll just say my word of wisdom today, just emotional intelligence. Control your emotions. I always breathe, deep breaths in, deep breaths out, man. Just control your emotions. You don't want to do anything uncharacteristic, flying off the handle. It's not a good look. You're gonna look down the line at it. You're like, man, I shouldn't have done that. So the biggest thing today is just breathing, deep breaths in, deep breaths out, and emotional control, man.
Yeah, I think the only thing I got for y'all tonight is, as Coach Daniels mentioned, just like if you love it, it's not really work. So, I think the grind, you got to really enjoy the process and everything. It's not going to always be, you're going to have long days, bro. I'm experiencing one today, but I'm thankful for it. I'm doing what I love to do. And sometimes, bro, you're not going to see the money initially. Like, that shouldn't be your go-to, though. Your go-to should be because you love to do it, and the money's going to come and God's going to bless you. So I think that's the biggest thing. Find your passion, as Bacon mentions as well. Monetize it, but make sure it's really what you want to do, because if it's all about money, if it's all about this flame, this clout now, it's not going to manifest. It's not going to get to where you want it to be. So make sure you love what you do and everything else will follow.
100%. Love it, love it, love it. All right, let's get out of here and let my boy Najee go see, because he's about to pass out on us. I can see in your eyes, boy. You are about
to I can go for another 2 hours, but Jerome got to go. So I go for another 2 hours, but Jerome got to go. So we're going to be complimenting my boy Jerome. Shout out to him for that coverage. We'll discuss next week more in depth. We'll discuss, obviously, the Army Bowl. So those are some topics to look forward to next week. Senior Bowl and an Army Bowl, me and Bacon, and also Jerome from Inside the Hatch is going to be discussing that. But that's all we got for today. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Love y'all, man. Appreciate support. And as you guys can see, anybody is welcome on the platform, man. We don't care who you are, who you is. You're hot in the industry. If you're trying to grow, trying to get right, I'm on this Sports and Foremost podcast platform every Tuesday at 7:30. We'll put you on, man. That's all we got, bro.
You going to say a word? We going to say it?
Well, we don't just give you the spiel.
Okay.
First and foremost, we don't just give you the spiel. We just
keeping it real.
Keep it real. We're working on it, fellas. We're working on it, ladies and gentlemen.
Working on it.
But, let's get it.
The fire content is here, though. So come back for more.
Yes, sir.